Good evening all and welcome back to All Hail the Ale. It's Saturday night and we're off the back of a bit of a disappointment. We need to bring it back to something decent. So we are going for a beer from a brewery that for me has been killing it lately. All the beers that I've tried from this brewery have been absolutely spot on. I cannot fault them in any way, shape or form. And I hope that that trend will continue for a very long time yet. Well, the brewery in question is Left-Handed Giant. And the beer in question, it's not just slightly attractive. No. It's not just a little bit cute. No. It's dead pretty. It's this one. Dead pretty. It's an Indian Pale Ale. And it weighs in at 6.2% ABV. As with most LHG beers, there's not an awful lot about the beer on the can other than a very helpful list of ingredients. And the ingredients are the hops. First of all, you've got Mosaic. So you can have that lovely little bit of dankness going on. You've got the Ekuanot, you've got Centennial, Falconer's Flight and Idaho 7. The malts include Marisota Extra Pale, oats, carapils and wheat, and the yeast is WLP002. Allergens are listed as malted barley and wheat, which is pretty obvious, and it tells you where they are. Who made the artwork, which was at Tyler Bradshaw and James Yo, and the web address, which is lefthandedgiant.com. So like I say, it's a nice looking can. You know, it's a little bit out there, like most LHG beers are. And it's a 440ml can. And that is pretty much it on the can. Do we have? We do have some canned dates, and so it's canned on the 5th of the 10th, and it's best before the 5th of the 1st, 19. So we're in November, tail end thereof, so it's still pretty fresh. Let's crack it open and sample. So we're pouring into the Cloudwater glass, and it is pretty pale. Look at that. Look at that. Got decent head, decent amount of carbonation. It's a little bit hazy. It's not overly hazy, but there's a little bit of haze. Look at that. It's a nice looking pint of beer. Pint? It's not a pint. It's not even 440ml in that there glass, but it's a nice looking glass of beer. Aroma wise, I can smell the Mosaic. There's an ever so slight sweaty sock thing going on that you get with Mosaic. And I say that and it probably sounds quite horrific really when you say sweaty sock. No one wants to drink the essence of sweaty sock. But if you try a beer that contains Mosaic, you'll understand what I mean. Mosaic tends to give some stone fruit flavours as well, which is a really nice aspect of it. So, without further ado, let's see what we get. It's light, dry. It's very dry. It's very dry, actually. It's almost as dry as a brewed. There's not an awful lot of body, but the flavours are there. That's tasty. Like I say, the dryness is apparent. There's that tiniest amount of dank going on from the Mosaic. But that's an interesting pint of beer. Pint. I keep saying pint. It's not a pint, Nick. Stop it. Stop it. It's a very nice, tasty glass of beer. And it's not overly hoppy, which for me to say I really like it, it's tasty, and it's not overly hoppy is quite surprising for me. There is some kind of pineapple notes going on as well. Some, let's say, peach, some some kind of nectarine type flavours. It's all there. And as it mellows, there's almost that element of like a lager, you know, that kind of that malt, that maltiness that a lager sometimes has. But trust me, it's better than a lager. That's interesting. I like it. Now, a lot of the things I've tried from LHG, like can't remember the bloody name of it. The one about the tiger, Easy Tiger, is it called? Something about a tiger. That was absolutely delicious. Think if give that a 10. This is not far behind. Like I say, it's a lot lighter. It's a lot drier. It's a lot fresher. It's a really good summer drink. This one. Or just one when you want to kind of wind down and you don't want something heavy that winter generally inclines you to want to have. They're Woodland Creatures from LHG, by the way. That stout, the pistachio stout, that's really nice. This would be a lovely partner to that. You have a pint of the stout and then you go for a pint of this, just to kind of cleanse your palate, because that is a banging pint. It's not a pint. It's a banging glass beer. And I like that it's light. I mean, it's not light on the ABV, it's 6.2%. But in the flavours, there's that fruitiness, that stone fruit, and that element of dank. And it just combines well with that really dry finish to the beer. I like that. Now, the important bit, we've covered the taste. The second most important bit is the score. And as we know, my benchmark is, for would I buy it again, it's got to get a minimum of 3. And of course this gets more than a 3. How much more? Well, therein lies the question. It's lighter than I would normally like. It's not quite as hoppy as I normally like, but not all of the beers I truly love are heavily hopped and thick as 2 short planks. No. I've got a plethora of different beers that get really high scores. Will this one join it? Well, it definitely gets more than a 3. It definitely gets more than a 4. But how much more than a 4? Well, let's say if it was ridiculously heavy hopped, it'd go straight to 5. I'm not usually a big fan of the dry beers. So, I think in terms of the untapped scores, out of 5, the Dead Pretty from Left-Handed Giant gets a very well deserved 4.25. Yeah, good 4.25 because it's got lots of flavour with that kind of dry finish that really works well as a palate cleanser. And it's just lovely. It really is. It's dead pretty. It is a truly delicious little can of beer. See, I didn't say pint, did I? No. So on that note, ladies and gents, I'm going to go and enjoy this lovely can that's now been decanted into a glass of beer. This has been Dead Pretty from Left-Handed Giant. I have been Nick, and I will see you again soon. Bye.